Good morning and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim and this is my podcast all about knitting and spinning, dyeing of yarn, all kinds of yarny, crafty stuff. Um, I shoot this podcast in my home outside of Lima, Ohio. That's where I do all the nitty crafty stuff too. Anyways, and today is August 13th and this is episode 176. I'm sorry, I'm on the tail end of this cold. Now on Ravelry, you can find me as Napier's Knits or Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group. You can find me on Etsy as Napier's Knits, Instagram as knittin_Kim, and YouTube blogger and WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting. Whew. Sorry about that. Let's see. Well, let's get through all the administration stuff real fast. We are in the middle, well, getting close to the tail end. Sorry, I heard something and I wasn't sure what it was. We're getting to the tail end of two knit-alongs. One is the finished object knit-along for August. All you have to do is take a picture of your item, and you can either post it on Ravelry under the Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group. There's a thread for finished objects for August. Or you can go to Instagram and you can enter it in NKK for Naturally Kim's Knitting, NKKFO August 2019. If you think it's through, it's the initials for Naturally Kim's Knitting finished object, then comes the word August and 2019. So that's for that one. Then we have a baby item knit along, and we have had some cute baby items entered. I tell you, looking forward to see what gets put in there towards the end of this period, because this is when mega entries happen in both the finished objects and the baby and any other knit along I do. Anyways, same thing for the baby object, or for both of them. If you have a pattern name, please put it with it. Anyways, for the baby item knit along, take a picture. It has to be a baby item between newborn and 2T. Take a picture, put the pattern name, and you can post it once again in Ravelry under the baby item knit along, or once again, NKK for Naturally Kim's Knitting, baby knits. How's that? And I realize some of you are crocheting, and I'm sorry, but it wouldn't. I couldn't put it under KAL, which is also knits. So, anyways, those are our knit-alongs. Now, starting September 1st, we're starting a new one for works in progress, for when you finish your works in progress. And I haven't started a place in Instagram for that yet. I don't want anybody to put anything in there yet, because that you cannot finish the object before September 1st. And then that will go through all of September, all of October, and I'll close it November 1st. Okay, let's see. Oh, and if you have any ideas for craft-alongs, just put them under the show notes, or go to Ravelry and put them under the Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group place. Now, last week I had it was my 175th episode, so I had a giveaway, and all you had to do was tell me your favorite things for August. I only had 7 entries between the Ravelry group and Instagram, but out of the, I'm sorry, not Instagram, YouTube, but out of those, I have a winner. Janice, I don't know how to say your last name. I never have. Urffer, I guess. You win Mila's Knit Corner, her latest pattern that she released. It is gorgeous. And I put an email out to her asking if I purchase it, if I can then email it to you. So I'm waiting to see what she says, because I realize you don't have a Ravelry account unless you want to open one just for that pattern. You know, you can let me know. I sent you an email. You can email me back and let me know which way you want to do it. Okay, so that's exciting stuff. Now, what do I want to start with? Oh, I can't show you those. It is pattern testing time. I swear, I have got 4 patterns that I'm testing. One of them, well, I think Mila doesn't mind if I show, but Cece's are always super secret. So Cece's is in here. Can't show it to you. I apologize. It will be released the beginning of September sometime. So I'm sorry about that. These are the socks that I've been knitting. And I think I'm just going to call them, because my daughter hasn't answered me, but I think I'm going to call them just the trellis. Because to me it kind of looks like a plant growing up a trellis. And I usually have a story before I make my pattern, but I just was diddling around with stitches and I love the way this worked up. And I am on the cuff, on both of them. How about that? Not as far on this one, but I'm going to work on it some more today after I do my pattern tests. But I like this. This is going to be a Christmas present too. So somebody on my Christmas list is also going to get a Naturally Kim Knitting. Well, actually it's NapiersKnits pattern. And I will let you guys know. I'm excited about this. It's going to go out. Trust me. Uh-oh. I did forget to tell you. Sorry, my dog, anytime something happens at our new neighbors, she has to let us know. I did forget to tell you that on the baby knit along, the 2 prizes to choose from, well, you could choose from adorable baby knits or knitted toys, or you could choose to get a Ravelry pattern or another pattern online. Sorry, I forgot to do that. And for the finished object, it's always a pattern. Okay? So anyways, to go back to my knitting, I want to make sure I get I should have told you for the Christmas gift socks, that yarn is from DagmarEir, and it's in the Seashell colorway. Then these, ta-da! I have worked on these a little. In fact, on this one, I've actually started the ribbing. And here's the other one. A little ways from the ribbing on that one. It just comes right to there. So I probably got about 1 inch before I start the ribbing on that one. But I like how these have turned out. Of course, they're purple. I love purple. So, yeah. Those are my socks, and those are from Online Supersocke, the Sombia colorway. I feel like oh, that's because I have the super secret pattern I can't show you. I do want your input though, because I am going to pattern test a shawl for Mila, and I want your input. I have this big thing of yarn. It's a Yarnspiration Caron Big Cake, and it's, it's kind of, it's a gradient. Different blues into white, into a light tan. What do you think? Would that make a good shawl? Or, this is smaller, so it'd have to be a smaller shawl. This is Comfy Cotton Blend, Lion's brand. Does it have a colorway name? That one has a colorway name, I just have to find it. Soothing Lavender. So which do you think? Should I go with Soothing Lavender, or should I go with Blue Macaroon? I had some other colors I was thinking about, but I don't think I have enough for a shawl in those. So let me know what you think, because I may leave it up to you. If I don't get any responses, I may have to choose on my own, and I hate to do that. Not when I can ask my friends to help me. Okay. Oh, I forgot to take this off of there. Guess what? Have you noticed that there's something that is always on my needles that isn't on my needles this week? The little Nahid dress with a ruffle that I made for Genevieve. I just finished. Now I haven't blocked it yet, so yes, it's curling. But I worked on the last couple rows on this. I got one sleeve almost done the other day, and then they Skyped. So I had the needles in the first sleeve, and I held it up to her. Said, "Hey Genevieve, what do you think?" And she gave the response that I just loved. Wow! So, this is the little Nahid dress down to here, which you can find on the Knitting Expat Design. But then down to here to the end, I just put a simple ruffle because I do know that she loves to twirl. So, isn't that pretty? I have finished it, other than blocking it. The ends are even all woven in. So this is going, as soon as I block it and get it all ready for her, this and that sweater that I made for Tobias a while ago, they're going to go out to them. I love it. That was just the best response I could have ever had. Now let's see. Oh, a reminder. Knit Picks is having 20% off of their Capra and Capretta yarn. Beautiful yarn. Beautiful yarn. I've worked with it before. And 20% off of interchangeable needles. So if you need either one of those, this is a good time. Now it's getting to the fun part of my chat. So, let's see. Well, I told you we had a surprise Skype call. Tobias wanted to Skype us the other day. Well, I'm very happy for the circumstances that he wanted to cut it short, because the new house they moved into, they have lots of friends around. Hard part is, those kids are going to start going to school on Thursday. So, you know, it's kind of a yay for the friends, but now they got to learn that the friends aren't going to be around during school day. But that's okay. Genevieve's going to be starting homeschooling, I imagine, right around that time. So Tobias will just have to find things, you know, I'm sure, knowing my daughter, there's going to be lots to keep Tobias busy too. So anyways, I got that surprise call, and it lasted a few minutes before they had to go outside because their friends were out there. And as a grandma, I love the fact that they wanted to Skype me, but I'm also so totally happy that they have friends in their neighborhood. They didn't really have any little kids in their old neighborhood, so now they do. Yay! Then yesterday, I got a call from my son, Ian. So tickled. He is now officially pre-med. Scary, because that's a lot of schooling, a lot of money. But he's excited, except he had to quit his job. So they're a little worried there, but he sounded so great. And he even called me right after he got off work before he could go to sleep. So I just loved it, you know. Anytime I hear from my kids, it's a blessing. Then my girlfriends and I got together and had a trip planning session last week. I don't remember what day. I don't remember if it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, when it was. But so Janie, Jenny, and Linda and I, we all sat around and we had a little potluck lunch, and we just got like little last minute details all done up for the trip. It's getting exciting. And then we found out, I guess we really should have expected it, but then we found out that the car rental in Ireland, that there's one person on the car rental agreement, and then every other driver after that is 10 euros a day. And I was going to do some of the driving, and then Jenny's driving, and it's in Janie's name. So we decided, well, rather than spending €100 for the two of us to drive, I'll just be a really good navigator and let them drive. Linda doesn't want to drive either, so it would just be Jenny and Janie. But, oh well, that's a little, you know. Oh, and I've been voted in the official treasurer for the trip. And then I went to AAA Saturday, and I got my card, and then they, as part of getting a card, I got a carry-on suitcase that expands. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it on this trip, but I do have one now. And, oh, I got something else, and I'm just blanked out. Oh, well, we went to Hobby Lobby to get some other things in. I don't know. I can't remember what else. Oh, I got myself a little wallet it protects RIFD rays from copying your stuff. Okay, then the next big thing, this Sunday, my sweet, sweet husband and I have been married for 40 years, and we are having my family in to celebrate. Ian's going to be here with Rachel. My oldest brother can't come, which I am so sad, Rick. I was hoping everybody could, but I do understand. And my other brother and his wife will be here, and my sister, and she said 3 members of her family are going to be here. My nephew and niece. My niece is married to a minister, and so I knew they couldn't make it because Sunday is a work day for them. So, you know, they couldn't make it. And then my niece and her husband just got back from a trip. And you know how when you're gone, things still need to be done. And so they're not able to come, but that's okay. Randy's dad's going to come on Saturday, and we have the fair that starts on Friday, and he loves going to the fair. And so I suggested to Randy that he invite his dad to go to the fair Saturday, spend the night, and be here for the party on Sunday. And he agreed. So Randy and I are going to go to the fair on Friday night. And then he's going to go with his dad on Saturday. Life is good. And we always have a date night on Friday, so that means that's our date night. I'm thrilled. So yeah, this week it's going to be exciting. We got some poster board. The theme we've decided is going to be love. It's our Ruby anniversary, so there's a lot of red. We want to have 2 small cakes, a carrot cake and red velvet, because red velvet, it's red. It's ruby. Well, not ruby, but it's red. Carrot cake, because that's my favorite cake in the whole world. I love carrot cake. And then we're going to have chicken salad and barbecuing things, and looking forward to it. Now, since, you know, I told you last week, I'm sorry, this is going to happen again, that I've been going through pictures. Oh, I forgot about this. As a reward for losing weight every once in a while, I have, after a milestone, I give myself something from my Etsy wish list. And I got myself a Gale's Art lava lamp double knit sock blanket. Yay! So I'm going to be giving butterfly party to the soup kitchen, and I'm making myself a pair of socks out of this. And I am so tickled, so tickled. So that was my weight loss prize. My first time I went on a diet, I thought, okay, for every so many pounds I get myself, a treat, like a hot fudge sundae. You should never treat yourself with food. But however, Etsy is a wonderful thing to treat yourself with. So back to our party. I've decided, well, the theme of this is going to be love. I want to, I'm sorry. I've been going through my pictures, and I want to show you some of the pictures that we're going to have up at the party. These 2 lovely people. That's my high school graduation picture, and that's my hubby's. That's where it all started. Actually, it started in 7th grade, and we became really good friends, but we didn't really start dating until we were seniors. So I got that picture. Then I have other ones that show love. This is my mother and my father. Two of the people, I mean, other than my husband, these two people get my love. Have so much of my love. They're both in heaven now. They're both with each other. And this is, I love that picture. This one's a little yellowed. I discovered the Kodak pictures over time get yellowed. But this is me and my hubby at our wedding. And my cousin Leanne is on the other side of the cake, and that's my Aunt Zara Lou on the end. But that was in the basement of our church. My mom and I decorated it, and hey, very happy day. Then just because it's a smoochy face, and my mom and dad didn't smooch a lot in front of us. There's my mom and dad's smoochy face. Then my niece and nephew, who I mentioned are going to be here, are not going to be here for the party. Well, they are my big sisters. And that was my big sister. She's now in heaven too. But that's her little boy, Jason. And then I have a picture of Jenny and Jason, both of her kids right there. Love. Love. Look how they're holding, I'm sorry, look how they're holding their hands. Aren't they sweet? And they do love each other. Then for Molly's first birthday, we got a nice picture of that same niece. Let's see, get my fingers right. Right there, that's Miss Jenny. Can't see it real clearly. Then my mom is holding Molly. Then that's my dad, and he's holding Jason. And on the end is my brother Rick. That's the one that cannot be at the party, but that's okay. So, yeah, love. Oh, and then 3 loves of my life. Randy, Molly, and Ian. Ian was 6 months old, and Molly was 3.5 years old there. I won't tell you how old Randy was. It was before he turned silver-haired. But those are some of the pictures that we're going to display at the party. And just to show love. Because, hey, if we didn't have love, we wouldn't still be married. That is the honest to goodness truth. So I think I've caught you up on everything in my, oh no. Yeah, test knitting. I mentioned before, Nina Banks, who, she's run a list called At My House for years and years. She is winding it up now, but she still designs knitwear. And she asked me to do some pattern testing for her. Then Cece, like I said, she has a super secret pattern that I'm working on. And then Mila has a new shawl that she has coming out. And I'm just so excited about all these. And then, of course, I'm doing my own pattern design. Something about this time of year. It's just like all the books that are up for reviewing right now have to do with Christmas. I don't know if this time of the year it gets my gift-giving mojo in gear or what, but all at once I'm becoming creative again. And like those socks, I can't wait to get them finished, get them blocked, and put them on Ravelry. Yay. Anyways, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. I don't see anything else that I needed to talk about. Doesn't look like it. So anyways, I hope you guys, I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to talk. This is honestly the way I am. If we were to see each other in person, yes, I will be quiet and listen, but I am usually gabbing. You can ask my friend Janie, and she's just as bad as I am. We have to willfully make ourselves be quiet to listen to the other person. Which the other person usually has, Janie usually has really important things to say. But anyways, I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to talk back that much to me today. But please, underneath the videos, on my show notes and Ravelry, I love to see your comments. I do. I hope that you all have a terrific crafting week. I hope you don't make any mistakes, but if you do, I hope they're small and easy to fix. I love all of you. Big, big hugs, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.